Welcome to my channel to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of XRP, Dogecoin, Solana and Cardano. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. And if you also want to trade with cheap taker fees, then I can recommend you the crypto exchange mexc, which has a similar trading volume to Bitget, Bybit and OKX. But as you can see, the taker fees are far much lower than on the other top crypto exchanges, and on top of that you can get an additional 20% discount if you use my referral link, which you can find in the video description. And also 100 pairs, 0 fees, just on mexc, and here you can trade some popular altcoins without any fees. So let's start with XRP. I think XRP looks negative to me, means bearish. We had so far, I would even say, a double top pattern. This double top pattern broke to the downside. $2.36 was our first take profit. We even have set it here once we break the $2.47 to the downside, which we did with the retest. Then we can drop to $2.36. If we also break it to the downside, $2.30 and then $2.25. So, and I think that we have two scenarios ongoing in my view. The first one is that this might be here a head and shoulders formatation. If that is going to happen, then we need a price pump to $2.47 round about here, where we also have a fair value gap, and then sell off. But we don't have to go that far to the upside. I have also found here a bear flag, and if that bear flag breaks to the downside, which is very close, that's the $2.38, let's say 39, $2.39. If they break to the downside, then I can think about getting into those lows here again, $2.35, and after that $2.30 for XRP. And if we take it from here to the lows, that's 1.6%, and here it's minus 3.8%. And then we have to see what is going to happen. I don't want to see the $2.25 breaking to the downside. Otherwise I would say that, yeah, we might even drop a bit lower than most people expect. But yeah, so far that's how I see XRP at the moment. We have to get back over $2.47. Then I can say, okay, it looks good to me that we got here and correction, and we have this trend line here. Now I can make it like this, that we have this trend line here. We break it to the downside, we get here our bounce and reach for higher prices, because we also have here a huge fair value gap, which I think is our target before we get the bigger sell-off. So that's my plan for XRP at the moment. We still have to wait. For now it looks short. So what about Dogecoin? Dogecoin didn't do much, to be honest. We had here within the bull flag a rising wedge. So the rising wedge in orange is a bearish pattern, broke to the downside, got to our target. So I can take this one out. We are still in a consolidation. And we can even drop a bit more, down to 20.5 cents. Or even if we take it, if we make the bull flag a bit longer, then we can even drop down to 20.1 cents. Yeah, I will also put you here price mark so you have the correct number. We can drop there and we won't even be bearish. Can you imagine that? If you look into this movement to the upside, then we can say this is the push. This is a consolidation for now. We can drop even far lower, but we need to break it to the upside, and after that we can expect far higher prices for Dogecoin. So I will talk about you if we break the bull flag right now. So right now we need the breakout at round about 24 cents. Then we can go into the tops here. I will put you here a circle. You can look it up in your chart. what the price numbers are. I'm going to tell you that right now, 25.3 cents to 25.98 cents. But for sure, depending on the exchange, the prices can move a bit by a few pennies. So I took the spread of the bull flag. Yeah, this is usually not the typical target of the bull flag. But if I put it then to our breakout point, then our second take profit is the 27.26 cents for Dogecoin. The typical target is the push here to the upside. We can even make it longer, but I don't like it because then we will be too bullish, and too bullish means we most likely won't hit the target. We put it then to our breakout point, and here it says round about 33 cents for Dogecoin. If we break that bull flag to the upside. Do I think the 33 cents are realistic? No. I think the area between 28.6 cents to 31.2 cents is far more realistic because we have first to go into the 4-hour chart. But as you can see, we got here rejected twice in the purple area. Here we got several times support, support, support. So basically that area is going to get interesting if we break to the upside. But after that, I think we will get something like this, where we get a massive push, and after that a massive sell-on. So I will make this trend line in red because I think if we break this to the downside, which is currently the 20.2 cents, if we break it to the downside, then I think we can expect a stronger pullback to the downside for Dogecoin. Also on the 4-hour chart, we hit the targets of the falling wedge, in blue, so I can take this one out as well. So basically, that's my plan for Dogecoin at the moment. So what about Solana? We have to go into the 1-hour chart. I was thinking that we might even have here a bull flag. We broke it to the downside, so I can take this one out. It didn't work. We invalidated that pattern, but here I see a rising wedge, which also breaks to the downside right now. If we go into the 50 minutes chart, then this can be here the retest, and after that sell off, and I think the target is the $1.66.66. I will put you here price mark. That's realistic. The target of the rising wedge is the $164.20. We got often support at $166.71. We also have many stop losses there for long positions. We also have liquidity to take. So I think this target here is even realistic to fish some stop losses and some liquidity. If we break the 166.71 cents to the downside, sustainable, then we take the target, the spread of that rectangle, because I think that's a rectangle in orange, put it to our breakout point, and the target is here $159. If we just break it to the downside fast and get buy up very fast, then the bullish scenario can still get in. I will also put you here the price tag. That's currently the $174. If they break to the upside, then my personal target for Solana is the $180 and 27 cents. So if we get to $180, then we have to think about a possible formation, which you probably don't like if you are bullish for Solana, which is a head and shoulders formation. That breaks to the downside. Afterwards, we can expect a bigger pullback for Solana. So what about Cardano? So I think that Cardano hit its first take profit of that rising wedge. I have usually more targets because we have a rising wedge. Usually we take the end of the rising wedge where the spread is also the highest. And this we put to our breakout point. I like to play with it a bit. I like also to take mid-range targets. And if we get the retest, then I put it to our retest. But here we got another retest up here. So if I take this to the top, then you can see, but for that I think I have to remove those price tags a little bit, like this. Then you can see that we already hit the first target, the mid-range target. So we can take this one out. The second target, which is the spread of the whole rising wedge, is the 68 cents. Do I think that we can get there? Yes. We have here a fair value gap between 69.6 cents to 68.4 cents. Also put you here price marks, 68.5 cents and 69.66 cents. We also have a bullish pattern. So what I think is, if we break the bullish pattern, which is this falling wedge also in blue, I will make it in a different color, let's say purple. So I make it now in purple. So if we break the purple formatation to the upside, then I would say this can be the boost which we need to invalidate the bearish patterns. Okay, so if we break the 78.8 cents to the upside and we take the target of that falling wedge, the target of that falling wedge is the 87.9 cents. I personally think if we get a sustainable breakout over 84.7 cents, so we don't even need to get to the maximum of the target, 84.8 cents is enough breaking to the upside. Then I think the bearish patterns are gone and we can go for the 90 cents. But I also have here a white trend line, which most likely should break to the downside. If it does, then we can get another pullback, maybe into our box, which we have said has a high chance that we get there a bounce, which is between 72.5 cents and 73.3 cents. So what I want to see for Cardano is, I think we are going to sell off into that box, which is our take profit box. We have also said that this here might be a head and shoulders formatation. The target of that head and shoulders formatation is also the same fair value gap, which we also have the target for the rising wedge. But I have also said the box here should be our take profit, because we don't have to hunt every single penny, and from there we can even expect a bounce. And then we have to see, is this bounce here is just going to get a lower high and we sell off, or are we going to form a higher low afterwards and break to the upside? If that is going to happen, then we are in the short trade, for example, since here, and we are waiting for our profits, and then our profits are gone. So, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.